I think it's in the Netflix example, there's two distinctly separate password problems going on there. One of them is when you consciously give your password to your neighbor or your sister so they can save money and they don't have to buy a subscription because they're sharing yours. And almost everyone has got someone on the Netflix account or Spotify account that isn't paying for it, but it's a family member. That is being consciously done. And that is obviously a revenue issue for those companies, no question about it. And it's a form of piracy in its simplest form. But that's been consciously done, you know about it. Whereas there's a huge section of the industry which is about stolen credentials for things like streaming services, etc., which people aren't often aware of. So you can look on a lot of hack sites on a daily basis and download hundreds and thousands of current, today, working usernames and passwords for Netflix, Spotify, pick your streaming service. And yours might be on there, and you don't even know. So if you suddenly realize one day, my playlist looks a bit weird, well, that might be because someone else has been using your Spotify account, for example. I wasn't that far along in that mini-series on Netflix. Well, it's because someone else has been watching it, using it. Because there's a whole online marketplace for stolen credentials. And those get stolen through phishing and other various means. So if instead of going to Netflix and buying a subscription for $7 a month, you could go and just buy a credential for $2. And that might work for 1 month, it might work for 6 months, but hey, it's worth a gamble. And so that's also a revenue loss for Netflix, but it affects proper paying customers in a negative way. And it's not consciously done by those paying customers. So that type of thing is something that can be cracked down on by Netflix quite easily because we've got databases and tools out there to track stolen credentials. It's not going to help it if someone's consciously giving their credentials away. That's a purely behavioral and pricing and commercial issue for Netflix to deal with. But the stolen credential side certainly can be addressed.